Oh boy. Hello everyone, welcome. We already have people wanting to speak. Don't even know what's going on yet. I just got here, let alone you. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, what's going on everyone? If you haven't done one of these before, basically I have a topic. I'm going to talk about the topic. You guys can ask questions about it. You can ask questions not about the topic. I will basically answer whatever. I'll try and stay on topic until towards the end, and then it'll be like open discussion. You can ask whatever you want. If you can't stay here for the whole thing, or you don't, you got something going on, or you don't want to and you want to check it out later, it will be posted. But if you have specific questions, again, there's a little chat option over on the right hand side. Drop your questions in there, and occasionally I'll bring people up to the stage. What do I think of dried up fried chicken and a shit ton of rice? I think that sounds pretty good. Who doesn't like fried chicken? Oh, but it's dry. Is it like dry or? Anyway, first thing I want to talk about. Vince, we'll get back to that. First, there's a couple different ways I want to go about this. We're gonna do them all in Microsoft Paint. Yes, that is fish. So, all right, let me share my screen. All right, gonna share my screen. I will invite people up to speak once I get over talking about the gist of what we're doing today. All right, so there's 3 scenarios. That's a 3, by the way. The first is planning all your meals. So this is what people normally think about in meal prep, right? You make 7 or 8 of all the same things for the week or next 5 days. And then from there, you portion them out, figure out what the macros are, and then, you go from there. Now, I think that this does not work for a lot of people, and here's why. I think that it becomes very bland, very repetitive. Now, some people don't mind this. Oh, I got feedback. Some people don't mind this. And if you do, it could really, it can make or break if you're 2 days in and you still have 3 days left of eating the same crab, you're going to be more likely to fall off your diet, right? Yeah, it does tricks. Sorry about that. Why does fish have orange hair? Because, yeah, it's like red orange. She dyed it that way. But anyway. So we have planning your meals. I don't think this is going to work for a lot of people. So we're talking about like bulk prep. Now this second one is what I'm going to recommend for a majority of people, especially those with non-consistent schedules. Plan your ingredients. So what do I mean by this? let's do the stereotypical chicken, broccoli, and rice. All right. Everyone loves a little chicken, broccoli, and rice. Or as Vince pointed out, let's do like fried chicken's not gonna do so to a cut, but we'll do fried chicken, broccoli, and rice. All right. Now, with planning your ingredients out, this is what I mean. Instead of prepping all these together in the same containers, prep them individually in addition to other ingredients that are more shelf stable or longer shelf life that can change the meal composition without, blowing your budget or making you cook a shit ton more. So, for example, this is going to be sour cream. This is going to be salsa. This will be a mixed bag of frozen veggies. Okay? And then, you don't have to prep cheese, but we're going to have cheese as well, right? Some sort of 2% or non-fat. All right. We have our chicken, or broccoli, we have our rice. Most people, I would say, we have some soy sauce lying around, perhaps. All right. So now, with these normal household ingredients, right, in addition to our core ingredients, so our meal plan is talking about chicken, broccoli, and rice. But now, with these other longer lasting, more shelf stable things, this is frozen, by the way. Now, not only can we have chicken, broccoli, rice, but we could do some sort of Mexican bowl with salsa, sour cream, and cheese, if we're feeling that. If we want some sort of fried rice, we could do chicken, rice, broccoli, mixed veggies, soy sauce. So with having the same core ingredients, we can now expand our meal variety with very similar macros. And that's what soy sauce does have sodium, yes. The seasoning generally doesn't ruin meal prep. Check the label. Some pre-made seasonings. Yeah, I wish I think I'd rather do calculus than meal prep. If we're talking about seasonings, if you look at the nutrition label, if it says 5 calories and 400 servings per container, it probably will add up. If it says 0, it still has calories, but you can get away with, using some of it. I would say it's negligible, though, using those calories. Like seasoning, just don't go hog wild with it. Does anyone have questions about the second option, about splitting up your ingredients into more meal variety? And does it make sense why I'm suggesting doing it that way instead? Okay. So again, planning your ingredients. And it doesn't have to be chicken and rice. You could also, instead of broccoli, we can make this beef. So if you had 2 different bases, chicken, beef, rice, it also doesn't have to be rice. We could do pasta per se. I know a lot of people, or better yet, in addition to all this, something that's super shelf stable outside the bread, sandwiches. I know Rich, I don't think he's here today, but Rich is a big sandwich guy. Fish is a big sandwich gal. So sandwiches can be pretty, they could be pretty modular, where they fit within your macros, but at the same time, they could also be pretty satiating. So you can make another bach sandwich, and the reason being is these are super easy to make. So let's say you're a day over your meal prep. Sandwich, super easy, throw it together, especially if you have some chicken left over or even just some lunch meat. Could That's true. Loads of sodium. Tricks for the win. Sandwiches. I know, man. Fish makes good sandwiches. Just saying. But canned food can be cool in a pinch. I'm not going to suggest you eat canned food all the time. It's usually lower quality. Usually, as Lone said, chock full of sodium. But sodium's also not an enemy. A lot of your seasonings will be loaded with sodium. I don't think sodium is much of an enemy unless you have pre-existing health conditions like high blood pressure. Especially if you're exercising regularly, and generally people sweat when they lift, and that will help. That'll help account for that higher sodium intake. Someone has a question. I'll let you type it out. Yep. And while he types it out, I'm going to start a third one. The third one is going to be wing it. Now, let me answer this kid's question first. My mom is trying to encourage me to stop eating meat in a plant-based diet, claiming I'll gain more muscle. Is this BS? Not necessarily. I think it'll be harder. I don't think that it's impossible to have a plant-based diet that is equivalent to a meat diet, but it'll be a lot more work on her behalf. It'll be a lot more food as well. So the amount of the volume of food you're going to be consuming is going to be way higher. Yeah, it is. It makes it harder to get your protein in. I don't think it's impossible, but it's definitely going to be a shit ton of work. Yeah, especially with amino profiles. So she's not wrong, but it would be a little silly. Let's say that. Now, I'm also some guy on the internet. If you go over and you tell your mom, hey mom, this dude on the internet said that it's going to be really hard and it's not really a good idea, she's probably going to not listen to what I have to say. I'm just some random guy on the internet. So why don't we break down why it's not as good? And we'll come back to this in a second. So we'll do plant-based, plant versus meat. I misspelled that with 2 E's. This is an L. Oh my god. Alright, we know what this is. Plant versus meat. We can even do a little Venn diagram. Alright, meat. Easy. Protein. Super easy. Oops. Amino profile. So, what is an amino acid? For those that don't know. Think of little Lego bricks. These are amino acids. If you group them all together, you make a protein. Generally, when protein comes from animals, it's complete. When it comes from plants, it's generally incomplete. So it doesn't mean that plants don't have protein. It just means that the profiles that they're made up of are not as complete as animal protein. Alright, so that is why meat is generally better, especially for building muscle, because just like you're made of meat, you're made of complete amino profiles. So when you consume something like that, it matches up to your own body a little better. Now what we can do instead with a plant-based is we have A, B, C, but we're missing D and E, so we would get that from another source. So we would have plant 1, plant 2 together would create complete amino profile. An example of this: rice and beans. I believe I have a post in the diet section, but rice and beans together have a very similar profile, amino-wise, to most meats. Now, cool thing about plants, cheaper. You can eat way more for lower calories. You get micronutrients, not that you don't with most meats, but these are going to be more of your vitamins. And fiber. Now, do you have any follow-up questions with this? And I can't see your full profile name because I'm in streamer mode. But yeah, this is tofu talk. Tofu is just soy. It's like a skimmed soy that is then solidified into a block and then cut. I actually don't know the breakdown, but I know that it should have some protein and it should have some fats. That's why it's like congealed. I just saw Lone. Could eat 50 sunflowers to get a quick 2 grams. Exactly. Like, yeah, I mean, sure. Protein bars and protein powder are good, but nothing will beat real food. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we look at our plant, oh my God, it's just Plant versus Zombies with more steps. If we look at our plant base, this is fine, right? It's going to be very hard to hit that complete profile. So what can we do with a I'm not going to talk vegan, I'm going to talk vegetarian. Protein powder. Oh my God. You know, it's crazy. This is better than my normal handwriting. Protein powder and bars. That's what that says. You still have milk. You still have eggs. For some reason. I don't know. They count. I believe they count as vegetarian. I could be wrong with this because it's like that whole what came first, chicken or the egg thing. But more importantly, you have milk, all dairy products. So you're not completely screwed. Fairlife milk, Oikos Greek yogurt, protein powder, protein bars, sure. But at that point, it's more of a dairy diet than it is a plant-based diet. You know what I mean? And I don't know about you, but like a salad with a glass of milk is sounds like a pretty big turnoff. It's like, I don't know, dairy and greens. But again, it's tough. So for those that just joined, his mom says that he would be better off with a strictly vegetarian diet versus eating meat, and that he'll make more gains or the same amount, which is not necessarily incorrect, but we were just breaking down the pros and cons, and if we were to do a plant-based diet, how would we get there? So we would do a lot of rice and beans, backloaded with veggies, maybe tofu like Vince suggested, and then protein powder, milk / dairy, and eggs. That would be your best bet for a plant-based. But I think with meat and plants, you can make a pretty balanced diet and still be healthy. Yeah, it's pretty, unless, you know, dang, that does look good, Vince. What the hell is that? Dang. What do you mean, what are the avocados for? I would assume that this person is trying to get their fats in. I don't know. Trix made me laugh on that one. Nice, Mr. Trent. Welcome back. Good seeing you on Monday, too. Alright. So we answered the conundrum from this kid's mom. I can't see your full name. I'm sorry. If you want to type it in, I could refer to you something other than this kid. So, what we were talking about before. We talked about normal prep. So we did the example of chicken, broccoli, rice. Here's your meal prep containers for the week. We talked about, oh my goodness, that's unacceptable. We talked about ingredient maxing. So utilizing a bunch of different ingredients with a core base. So for these two, we said it was chicken, broccoli, rice. So we keep the chicken, broccoli, rice. And then we have a slew of other ingredients on hand with faraway expiration dates, like cheese, soy sauce, what were the other one? Frozen veggies, sour cream. That one expires kind of quick, but so we were talking about keeping these other ingredients on deck, prepping these but not putting them together, and then we can combine them and make more meal variety within the same time frame. Now, last but not least, third option, which I'm not a big fan of, but it happens to everyone. One meal at a time, which sounds pretty crazy. If you have the time luxury, if you spend a lot of time at home as well, I think this could work for 10% of people or most parents. But even then, you're still gonna have to prep something for lunch unless you work from home. But anyway, one meal at a time. So you have all your ingredients uncooked. You decide what you want. Profit. No, but you, just like the other two, you have all your ingredients, but instead of prepping them all ahead of time, maybe you want X meat with Y grain on this night, and then the next day you want a sandwich. The following evening you want A meat with B grain. It will require, I don't know, a little more of a lackadaisical approach. You're gonna just be winging it every night. It can work for some people, but again, third option, I would make this like last, unless you really like cooking. Then this is an option, but it's like not time or cost effective at all. I think this would work better for most people, especially the meal variety part. Normal prep, do it if it works for you. If this is working, fine. If you eat the same thing every day, Mr. Tran, I'm looking at you. If you're fine with eating the same thing every day and you can just stick with it, go for it. Do it. You'll probably be better off. But I am more of a ingredients person, and I think that it could work a lot more for other people. Dog food for protein, cat food for protein. Oh, even on a little secret, Vince. Oh, you're actually not here anymore, but the reason that dogs sniff cats' butts all the time is because cat food is so protein dense that it actually attracts the dogs. So, yeah, Mr. Tren. A quick little story about Mr. Tren. It was away for a day or two, can't remember. But he wound up eating 36 eggs to hit his protein goal. It's like 90,000 milligrams of cholesterol. Fucking diabolical. Yeah, 36 eggs and 6 cans of tuna. That sounds like a nightmare. But it was very, very modular, right? You did what you could. Well, I'm gonna open the floor up now. All I wanted to talk about was like the ingredient section. Um, so as far as meal prep goes, that is my suggestion. And if you guys have any questions outside of meal prep, feel free to drop them in chat now. I'm gonna turn this off. The real Mika. Is it Mika or Micha? Micha. Oh, I see that part. Can you add the dash where the phonetic is? Or like spelled out? Micah. Oh, the real Micah. McBurry tricks. Anyway, I just turned the thing off so I can see your name now. Let me know if that answered your question earlier. Again, it's possible, but it's not going to be fun. At least that's what I think. Tricks, are we doing a real-time deadlift breakdown? I was just thinking the same thing about the bench. Up to you. I mean, I'm done with the meal prep stuff unless people have questions about it. So I'm still streaming that. I got advice for deadlift. Yeah, deadlifts are extremely important, but really technical at the same time. It's really hard to fall, or it's really easy to fall into the technical side of them. And people do have different, biomechanics, if you will. So sometimes people talk about backgrounding. Like backgrounding is bad in most cases. I think some people naturally have a rounder back. So sometimes it's hard to tell whether or not your form's incorrect or you're just structured differently. You're good, Tricks. But I was thinking that we can actually schedule it one time. No, you don't have to if you don't want to. Up to you. You have one of those backs? Yeah, Yes, you might. It's pretty easy to diagnose with an X-ray. So next time you get an X-ray, that's how I found out. I was actually I wasn't even there for my back. Took an X-ray. They're like, "Hey, you have scoliosis." I was like, "Fuck, I guess so." I knew now. So yeah, Tricks. Don't feel pressured into doing the live deadlift. Skinny Fat and Candy asked, "How are you?" Saw you pop in there. Yeah, fashion icon. Oh, Vince is back. Dang, Vince missed the whole cat food, dog food thing. It's a shame. Good, just finished one meal prep, one to go. Okay, so are you if you have time to type, are you the type to prep them all out at once? I think it's pretty standard. And if you are, oh, perfect. Oh, yes, okay. Alright. Yeah, so something like this. This is probably delicious. It looks delicious. Oh, hey,
I just joined apparently.
Oh, you're able to just join.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, a little quiet, but you should be fine.
Well, I'll type in chat because my headphones are shit. But,
Sounds good. Do whatever you need to do. Alright, we got the live deadlift. Skinny Fat and Candy, yes. We'll circle back to this. That looks so good though. Did you? I feel like you made something like that the other day. Maybe on Monday. Vince, I think that's his problem. He's not. The kids aren't doing legs.
Alright, oh my days.
Yeah, hopefully that guy doesn't come back and yell at you.
No, he's not there. I just have my friend to tripod. Can I do that? Is that? Oh, that's so shit. Hold on. Oh, that's so shit as well. Fucking hell. Is this alright? Oh, I can't even see what I'm showing you.
It appears high, but we'll wing it.
I'll just, that's it. It's not that
Dang,
one.
you got rings just in your gym? What the hell? No fair.
Rings. Oh yeah, I do. It's like a whole monkey ball set and
Yeah,
shit.
that's awesome.
Alright, is that okay or do you want?
Yeah, let's
Can
run
you see
it.
the ball?
No, but
Hold on.
if you could go like down and to the left a tiny bit.
It's not my tripod, so this one's a bit full.
Better.
I have it on the lowest thing it can possibly be.
No, that's fine.
Is that
Yeah,
that okay there?
that should be. You should be in frame.
I should. Oh,
I can't
I'll
see the
stand where
bar,
you tell
but
me.
if it can't go any lower, we're gonna have to do
Can
it.
you not? Oh fuck.
The amount of setup. Yeah, that gym looks so
This
nice.
is more exhausting than culture. Yeah, it's alright. It's expensive, but
You have 2 floors on
it's
that
really
thing?
expensive. Yeah.
Dang.
The second floor is not much on it, except like changing rooms and swimming pool and sauna and steam room and all that shit. Not
Yeah,
much.
right there, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's way better.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that good?
Perfect.
Oh.
Dang, what we got in there?
Anything
4
from me?
wheels?
Yeah, this is 140 kg.
And do you always deadlift in running shoes?
Usually barefoot, but I can't be bothered. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Don't screenshot.
Yeah, don't let me mess up your set. Do whatever you normally
Yeah.
do.
So, can someone sing for me? I need hype. One more.
Yeah, now don't pass out
Don't
this
make sure I
time.
don't beat this time. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Bro, who the fuck is screenshotting?
Mr. Train, probably. Yeah, he was able to see much more. The only thing is, at least from the angle I saw, dropping your hips just a tiny bit more, and not coming up on your toes once you lock out. But I mean, that's just little shit.
Do I go off my toes?
Looks pretty good nonetheless.
I never knew that I went off on my toes though. Okay, I hate business.
I had you turned down. Oops. Good work, Tricks. Yeah, it's I mean, not up on your toes, but you're wiggling those hogs once you lock out. going back to the is this broccoli shrimp, fettuccine. No, not fettuccine. Little not pierogies either. Damn. What are those things called? What do you have in there, skinny fat kid? Yes. What are those little pasta things filled with the cheese or whatever? It's not a pierogi. Tortellini. That's the one. Mr. Trent, if you own a screen share, you just have to. Here, I can invite you to the stage. Basil Alfredo tortellinis with shrimp and broccoli. Honestly, that sounds super good. Dang. So now to follow up on your meal prep, do you find that by the end of your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, your 9th meal or 10th meal, you kind of get a little tired of it? Or can you just straight through? Macros, protein, 18 fat, 65 carbs. Okay. Yeah, that's true. But that probably doesn't taste like crap. That probably tastes pretty good. Yeah. That was like that mac and cheese and barbecue chicken or whatever that Rich shared. That shit looks so good. But okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So this works in the sense that you make something that tastes really good in bulk. Now with the modular stuff, it's usually that is for something, for people that don't really know how to cook either. I mean, you can always follow a recipe, but people that just want like in the moment quick meals. But the way he's doing it, so the second one you're making is steak stir fry. See? Sounds pretty good, man. I don't know. Now, Trix is asking if I have any tips for managing hunger. You get hungry way too quickly. Now, what I would have to ask you is what are you currently eating? So, but before you even type it, fiber, proteins, those will both make you feel more full. So if we're not getting complex carbohydrates or a lot of veggies, or even any veggies, we might be hungry more quickly. Yep. Most importantly, it fits my macros and I hit protein and fiber. So, you definitely have the protein box checked off. And the protein toast probably prioritizes proteins rather than fiber. So, I mean, that does sound like a dope meal. I'm not going to lie. That sounds pretty good. But maybe, fibrous options for breakfast. Oatmeal? Actually, I don't know the macros of oatmeal. Let's find out. My cat picture. Alright, so if we're talking about oats, not oatmeal. Sorry, I'm just looking at different oatmeals. Looks like 3 to 4 grams is the standard for fiber. And I don't want to off-rip recommend cereal. you get way too hungry after you have oatmeal. So maybe you're just a grown boy, dude. Maybe you're just a big dog and you need to eat more. Scottish oats, milk, protein powder, throw it in the microwave. See, that sounds good too. Now, yeah, I'm just thinking about different substitutions. So like the protein bread, not necessarily a bad choice in any sense, but if we had something more fibrous or more voluminous, I don't even know if fibrous is a word. One that has more fiber and one that is a little bigger than the protein toast. Yeah, I mean, don't stress if you can't hit the macros or can't get them right now, but it's literally just about volume eating. So let's say this meal makes you hungry. Now, I feel a little strange recommending a lot of veggies for breakfast, but your second meal, literally like a bag of mixed greens, I think they're less than 100 calories. They're like 15 to 25 calories per serving. There's like 4 servings in a bag. Rip that whole bag open and put it in a giant mixing bowl and then throw whatever you want on top. Those are generally harder to finish just because you'll be so full. You'll get a lot of micros and fiber from the mixed greens. I'm going to use paint again because it's fun to use paint. I gotta copy pirate software. Here's the black background. Alright. This is Triggs. He's 6'4". He's a big guy. Big guy needs a big meal. One of those giant mixing bowls. Full bag of greens. Now, let's say we want some sort of bootleg Chipotle. Add the greens first. This is the volume. Rice, chicken, salsa, sour cream if you want it, a little cheese. I know you're eating cheese too. Now this is what we're normally eating, but now we're adding, like, your greens are probably going to take up this much of the bowl. You're still eating what you normally eat, but now we're backfilling with 10 fistfuls of lettuce. So like, even if they're low calorie, which they are, this is still taking up space in your stomach, and it still takes time to digest. Yeah, what's up, Zeal? Helping you out with pre. Alright, what we got? Is this good? No idea. Pure caffeine. Yeah, some people like caffeine tabs. Now, hey, what's going on, Joey? Some people like caffeine tabs. If you don't want to spend the money on pre, you still want caffeine, but you want more than a cup of coffee, go for those. Oh, but you can't buy it anymore. Yeah, the protein cheese. I'm going to need you to translate a couple of those. Unfortunately, I'm not multilingual. Protein cheese, 3 grams of fat, 36 grams. What? Where are you getting this thing? What the fuck is that? Dude, you have the cheat code, man. 3 grams of fat. Only 1.3 of it is saturated. 36 grams of protein. That's nuts. And it's lactose free. That's how they do it then, man. It's just like Fairlife here in the US. Dang. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, I mean, beta alanine's underdosed. Arginine is underdosed. Caffeine's fine. If you like stim. It has creatine in there, so if you're already taking creatine, you can take 1.5 grams less. But if you're relying on this for your creatine intake, it's also underdosed. Probably tastes good. It has some vitamin C, so they probably flavor it with citrus or something. I hear good things about Caged. It costs $22. Okay. I don't know the pre-workout economy over there. Oh God, C4. Is that what C4 is? This for C4? Is that what you sent me? No wonder it's like super. I fucking hate C4. But we'll say, if we are using pre for the first time, it is a good intro pre. If we are used to using pre-workout, C4 is no good. I think it's super underdosed in a lot of areas, but if one, you're caffeine sensitive, or if it's your first one, go with pre. It's like beginner standard. Okay, so you've just been using pre a while. You're just getting it for the price point. The problem I see with buying a cheaper pre with underdosed ingredients is that to make it up to the standard or effects of another one, you're gonna have to like take more than one scoop. Then you're gonna run out twice as fast, and then you're gonna wind up paying $40 anyway. If you keep yourself at one scoop per session, yeah. Again, I don't know your intake. I don't know if you're a little caffeine head or not. Pre-workout costs so much money because they just can. Like if you buy the ingredients separate and make your own, they're usually like you can get months of ingredients on bulk supplements. Yeah, marketing too. Again, still like beta alanine. Here we have one down here. Let me pop it open. Oh, it's under supplements, I'm pretty sure. Here. I'm gonna copy this image. I have an in-depth one too. Right here, I'm gonna pop this in here. So we have a pre-workout chart in supplements. So like these are the ranges you're looking for. The caffeine one, give or take. Don't feel obligated, but these are the ranges you're looking for. And betaine is beta alanine. So we're looking for 2,500 to 6,000 milligrams. So just knock the decimals over if you need to. The one you just sent that you said is 10 euros is better than the one you sent for 22. Yeah, and I'm the same boat as Mr. Tran. Like Gorilla Mine is supposed to be, you know, optimally dosed. That's the whole reason Derek started that brand. But nothing hits like bucked up. Oh, rip. The cheapest crap you can buy for pre-workout, a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, probably. Yeah, caffeine. Yo, I actually do have just espresso beans that I munch on. Seeing this Black Wolf one with the AI generated wolf makes me think that we could start a pre-workout. Yeah, that's a also. How old are you? What is this? 14. Yeah, man. Like, as a teenager, you should really be minimizing that caffeine consumption. Sleep is so important for you guys. It's important for everyone, but like if you're taking pre after school, you're gonna be up. It's gonna affect your sleep, and if you're not up, you're gonna get poor quality sleep. So take it only if you really need it. This one looks better than all the other ones you sent. I mean, again, it just looks like they're all just like proprietary blends anyway. So just find one you like and try to stick with it. This is Ghost. Okay. Probably tastes dope. They have such good flavors. Yeah, this is the best one you sent so far. So, and a lot of people like Ghost. I like their flavors at least. Speaking of caffeine. It's true, yeah. They're only 30 to 40 servings, and that's assuming that you only use one. Sometimes your caffeine tolerance gets really high, but I don't recommend that. Yeah, no, you're right though. 40 servings, 4 times a week. Doesn't last too long. Now, you don't necessarily need pre-workout, right? But it sure makes a difference. Yeah, that's the caffeine for the most part. I walk in 15-degree weather for 2 to 3 hours a day. This is good conditioning. I mean, it's good that you're walking. As far as the 15, depends what you mean by conditioning. If we're talking like cardiovascular, sure, you're getting conditioned from the walking. If we're talking about the cold, if you do that consistently enough, you will like you won't get as cold in the same degree weather. If that makes sense. You can kind of like prime your body. Now I don't recommend doing that without a jacket, just because that's a really long time. You could. Okay. Exactly. God, what are you looking at now, Zeal? Yeah, see, the energy drink, I don't know. Nothing really hits for me as much as Bucked Up. I don't know what it is. I think Lone feels the same way. Protein synthesis. Zeal, you're getting trolled with this one. Yeah, you're getting trolled with this one. It says 1 serving, and then it says 1 scoop. 1 serving is half a scoop. So it's actually half the serving size. want monster with a lot of beta psycho. Where's the itchy face? Now, what you could do, seems like a lot of work, but if you wanted to make that a reality, go in bulk supplements, get those 2 ingredients. Can you buy it? Yeah, when's your birthday, Zeal? 2 days? Dang. Oh, you're 18. Yo, huge. Happy early birthday, dude. Big 1-8. Dang, you can change your role. You go in the adult chat. Oh, Trent wants to speak. Thank you. I'm just kidding. We don't have an adult chat. Wait, I already invited him to speak. It's green, so it means I'm waiting on him. Oh, new iPhone. New program. How are you liking stuff with the flying duck? Seem promising? Oh, Mr. Trent's here. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo.
Alright, get your
I'm still running off set.
Gotcha.
Back. I went into calf raises right after them. Full leg curls.
Gotcha.
So, got another set, and then I'll jump up for the deal.
Alright, sounds good.
I mean, you can take a look at my hack spot.
Yeah, run it.
Right, I'll put the camera. Boom. Alright.
There he is in the flesh.
Oh god. Right, it's upside down. Wait.
It's like, wow, it's a really clear bottle.
Oh god. Alright.
Hi, JVW. Good luck with the curls.
There we go.
Can't see much, but we can see enough, I think, maybe.
Enough. Is that good enough?
It's fine. We can't really see
Or
much.
move it back, yeah.
Yeah, you can move it
I'll move it back.
if you want.
Low.
Dang, you got the dice in the air. Oh, that's much better.
That better?
Yep, that's better. Dang, JVW's got monsters every day. She's got that dice and air wrap, too. Also, next Saturday, I don't have a topic planned. If anyone wants to recommend one, I will focus on that. We will have a Q&A on Monday.
Why don't you do one on fucking deadlifts? A bunch of cunts have been asking about that.
That's true. We could do one on deadlift breakdown. It would probably be helpful if I actually deadlifted, like in real time. If I did it at the gym, our music's so loud, I can't even talk on the phone.
Me and Nicholas done a what?
I'm sure there's a way around it. If I get like a clip-on mic or something. I'll give it a
No. Me and Nicholas tried to see how much we could do on deadlifts not too long ago. Just we don't train it, but Nicholas got up to 230 untrained, which is wild. What?
kg?
Kg, yeah, untrained 230 kg.
See as you 230 kg untrained. God damn. Bro's blessed.
I got up to 200, and I'm happy with 200 untrained. Okay, but it's not 230 because we got to 200, and I stopped, and he just kind of kept going. Okay, right. Time to actually do my set.
What's up, Pens? I still screen share. Oops. Oh no, it looks like maybe around 150 KB. How much you doing that, Citron?
It's not crazy. How much is that? So,
Is it like 2 or 3?
I'm trying to count out. Hold up. So, 120. 130. It is 182.6 kg.
That's a good ass hack squat.
Well,
That's a good hack squat.
sorry. My hip doesn't cause me as much I can speak issues.
I was also distracted.
So I think that was 10.
Dude doing the rows
I think that was
behind you.
so that was. Hold up. That's 10 reps. That was my last set there.
And what are we looking at? RDLs next or calves?
RDLs I've done calves before. Originally was supposed to really do it.
I did a new RDL variation on Monday, and
Yeah.
my hamstrings still hurt.
Well, I need to just do something with my RDLs because
Oh, hey,
fucked now.
Yeah, we were doing RDLs on a shrug machine. So while you get set up, the cool thing about that,
Yeah.
normally with RDLs, the weight is right next to you, and you come out this way. But since it was on the shrug machine, the weight was loaded out here. So it really allowed us to hinge way more, stick our butt out way more, while being physically possible. Because if we did that normally with dumbbells or a barbell, we'd probably hurt our
I
shoulders.
was gonna say when you do your RDLs, do you kind of keep it more towards the legs, or do you kind of bring it out a bit?
If you're using barbell and dumbbell, you should, just like a deadlift, you should be like hugging the body. Now what I just mentioned, if you don't hug the body, you can really get a lot better hinge. But it becomes a little dangerous depending on what weight you're doing. So that's why it's really good on the shrug machine, because you can go really far forward with like hundreds of pounds. And it's actually possible.
Fucking me and Nicholas went up to a powerlifting gym, and Nicholas done fucking 190 kg for 9 reps on RDL.
It's a big RDL.
I was like, how the fuck? Yeah, like how the fuck is he doing that without breaking his back? Wild.
Yo, yo.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. I just saw something was going on, so I decided to jump in.
Yeah, we talked about meal prep earlier. Like ways to prioritize variety without making things a little different, or without doing things too differently. So like same ingredients, but with a little more shelf-stable stuff, so that you can have a modular meal plan rather than just the same thing every day. But that was only about 20 to 30 minutes. We talked to a lad about plant versus meat-based diet. We went over Trix's deadlift, and now we're doing Mr. Trend's RDL. I don't think you two ever met. Mr. Trend was my first mod on the server back in the day.
All right. What did you guys conclude in the meal discussion?
So if bulk meals work best for you, do that. If you want meal variety or you have trouble sticking to the same thing every day, modular meals is probably the best for you. And then the third option, which won't work for most people, is making them as you go. So if you had a lot of time or you like to cook, that might be a better third option, but it's going to be more expensive and time consuming.
So one thing I can actually add, which I do a lot, is like when I meal prep on Sundays, many times I only do like the different components, right? So I do a lot of chicken, I do a lot of beef.
Yeah, that's the second option I was talking about.
Yeah.
And then you can mix and match, right?
Yeah.
As you go. Yeah.
Then you should just and it's usually people are just kind of, it's more like people are kind of just bored of their own recipes, right? That's kind of like what the core issue is.
Yep.
So sometimes you just got to suck it up and actually look up a new recipe if you want to try something new, right? And if you only freestyle, never follow a recipe, you usually tend to use the same spices, you use the same amounts, you use the same sauces, whatever not. So sometimes you just got to check out something new from the internet, right?
For sure.
To be honest, if I get bored of my usual things, I'll just, instead of saying, say, use sriracha mayo, I might use like sweet chili sauce or something like that instead.
Okay.
And it just completely changes the meal into like a completely different taste.
Yeah, it can really make the difference, just a single sauce. Like, think about all the different things you could do with just chicken and rice. Like, you could make fried rice with a little veggie soy sauce, a little bit of oil. You could put sriracha mayo in it. You could, I don't know how strict some people are, but like Ronnie used to just eat chicken and barbecue sauce, like a pound per week. So like some people get really strict with it, and others like to have a little fun.
But it's also like this for me is one of the things as a coach. There's also something that can be a bit hard because when you have a client, sometimes they expect like we're coaches, we're not professional cooks or chefs, right? Yep. Rare one of us are, and then they kind of expect like, all right, give me a meal plan 7 days a week, make it gourmet food every single day, something different. It's like that's not really how it works. There's some variety to it, but at the end, you also like you kind of get sick if you only have to do like new stuff all the time. You like it may sound good in the beginning, but in reality, people like choose between a couple, 3, 4, 5 different dishes maybe in a week, not even more than that usually.
Yeah, man, it's literally about find what you like to eat. Oh, Leon, you have a question asking if you're English. He's not English.
No. Isn't that obvious?
Well, I don't know. It's from Fighter.
I mean, I don't know if I have that strong of a dialect, but it's a mix. So originally I'm from Germany, for those who are wondering, but I've more or less most of my life I lived in Sweden. So it's a little combination of both. But I guess since I got the question, I assume my dialect is quite strong, right?
It's strong enough. I mean, definitely. Your English is great, but not American. Does that make sense? Like,
you also have to consider I don't speak as much English, right, on the everyday basis. So there's also something. But it's like I've never had any troubles with it. Sometimes some of the terms, right, terminology can be a bit hard, or some things I can have to check up what that means. But overall, it's pretty good. So yeah, that is right. I live in Sweden. I live in Gothenburg. If anyone has ever visited Sweden, it's the second biggest city here. But me and my girlfriend we're actually gonna move to a smaller city at the end of 2025, which is also when the coaching starts 100% for me. So
Huge.
that's when the switch is happening.
Big changes. Career and where you live. Excited for you. It's a little scary getting into the space.
You are?
But I have faith you'll do well.
I mean, I think most things in life kind of sort themselves out, right?
Sure.
And it's as long as you have a plan and you have some kind of backup, I think it's a pretty decent. For me, it's a pretty clear choice, right?
Yeah.
When you feel like you're kind of down with one chapter in life, and there's something that you have a passion for, then make a plan to make that work. It's kind of like what I tell other people.
Yep. I believe, based off my calculation, I'm 83.6 right now. He's just asking for weights in kg. Mr. Trin is at least, I'm going to guess he's 108.
What did you say?
How many kg are you?
As of this morning, I'm 105.2 kg.
Dang. Off by less than 3. That's cool though, you're still around the same weight.
Yeah, just stronger, bigger, you know.
Suspicious name, my man.
Trust, he'd be 100 pounds heavier. He's just a big lad.
How tall are you?
6'6".
Yeah, all right. Makes sense. I mean, I lost a little bit of weight due to like the stupid chiropractor visit that I had that didn't went so well, which is on a great way now on recovery, so that's good. But I'm around 86 now. Still pretty lean, but maybe I will go up to 90, 95, something like that.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
going the opposite way. I'm trying to get down to, let's see.
Yes, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I might get to 100, see how I'm looking. And if I'm happy with it, I'll just kind of stay there for a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to 75.
How tall are you, Broly?
Well, now I'm 5. Dude, I keep shrinking. At the beginning of uni, I was 5'10", and I guess from from the scoliosis progression, I'm like 5'8", 5'9" on a good day now. It just stinks because my levers don't change, just my height.
Oh yeah, by the way, I can't go on our hill now because there's a guy
Oh wait, actually I have
stretching in
I'm
the...
getting a call from a friend here, so I kind of have to jump out for a little bit.
Okay.
1 second.
Fighter pilot, to answer your question, in USA, school teachers teach you metric system. Kind of, not really. So we use Imperial for the most part. Now, day-to-day life stuff, like American football is huge here. They use yards. Still Imperial. Now, when you get into more science-based classes like calculus and physics, that's when you learn most of the conversions, I would say. It's like I'm not doing calculus in the Imperial system. I'm not, like, calculating a projectile, nonsense. You gotta use the metric system. But yes, we are required to learn it. Sometimes in our math classes it'll be metric, it'll be Imperial. We do use both. Like off the top of my head, calculating from 184 pounds to kg, I'm just gonna use a calculator. I just know it's like 2.2 and some change. CIJVW. Good luck.
The guy fucking doing pull-ups in the only rack in the entire fucking gym.
And what are you asking me to summarize? The summarization is yes. we do use metric. At least in the school district I was in.
Chances are I'm going to have to do RDLs at the very end. I just don't see a way I'm getting on it.
That's all right. We can. I mean, I don't have.
I can still.
Going on.
I don't know how long you're going to be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stage soon, but we can. You can still like call me.
Yeah. I mean, I've got work. I have to leave for work in 20 minutes anyway. So.
Okay. All right, maybe next time then.
Oh well. I mean, I can do a quick on, but I just need to actually get this fucking RDL sorted. I don't know if I'm going to be able to today with this guy doing his goofy fucking what?
Oh boy, Hedgehog just joined. What's up, man? You just missed it. Your best friend Zeal is here. It's his birthday in 2 days. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, never mind. Hedgehog's gone. Welcome back, Tricks. We're just wrapping up. Any last minute questions? Yeah, we're just like shooting the shit, really. Mr. Chen was going to do RDLs, but he's getting cucked on the machines.
Oh god. It's a fucking CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Doing pull-ups in there. Yeah.
I just have nothing going on today. I just got to go to Costco, do a little cardio,
Any possible.
play some video games. Oh shit.
Ugh.
What's going on?
Wrong, which we're sitting in the fucking cock bench right now.
No, it's not a problem to go from pounds to kg. I just like I miss my sig figs to a certain extent, but I miss my sig figs to a certain extent, but I just divide by 2.2. So yeah, I see what you're saying, Zeal. I'm just not gonna fix it because it's the end. Thank you, though, Zeal. Appreciate it. I wonder why that is. I can't have it open. I'm like I don't have enough monitors anymore. I used to have like 3 monitors, and it made it really easy. Now I have one big one.
Oh yeah. Fucking this shit came yesterday. We had like an Amber Alert and like 9 different phones all went off.
Oh shit.
But we're getting nuked or something.
Oh, for a wind alert. Gotcha.
Yeah. When I was going to work yesterday, there was just like a metal pole sticking through a car.
Dang.
Quite wild.
Oh, fighter pilot. I wanted to know if you use creatine and if you think it's necessary for bodybuilding after 3 years. So, much like any supplement, it is not needed or required, but it can provide benefit if you have the extra money. I think it could be a good idea, as long as you are taking the servings that are recommended. Just same with protein powder, right? You don't need it per se. It can be beneficial, especially in certain use cases. And it definitely makes a difference.